Welcome to the channel, everybody. Let's get after it.
So I'm in the bathroom right now. I'm not going to the bathroom if you're wondering. But I'm hearing like shuffling sounds outside the door. And I need to put the camera. Bro, what the f was that? No. I swear to God, I heard like a woman talking in here. I swear to God, I heard a woman talking. What the fuck? Oh, no. No, I'm not doing that. Hello? Oh my God, what the f? What the f? Bro. Holy shit. No. I'm over at the restaurant right now that's connected to our hotel. The door's been wide open. And they said they've seen lights going on and off in here. The Zionic area. Very, very narrow stairs, and I just smashed my head on this freaking pipe. Hello? Yeah. Oh my God. There's no one here. I'm Nope. Okay, I'm out. Okay, just leave me alone.
If you're going off reaction alone, I'd believe this video. And we just had that video a few days ago where that guy caught himself on security camera getting his hair pulled by some invisible force. Whatever that is, unless it's just his boss messing with him, I don't think it's a friendly entity. I really think, though, that this is somebody messing with him. I wonder if he's thought to check and see if there's like an old internal communication system that's still functioning. Like an intercom system that's there to be used in case of emergencies. What do y'all think? Hey, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my merch store at barry-stepp.com.
When I say Alexander the Great was potentially Nephilim, it starts off with his mother, Olympias. She was married to the king of Macedonia, and she believed that he was half god.
Oh.
Because her story to Alexander was that he was not the son of Philip II, but was the son of Zeus Ammon. And so that's how Alexander the Great was conceived. And so Alexander the Great believed he was half god, half deity. But the stories of this legend of what he did was just like undefeated, so wise on the battlefield, conquering everything. He went out throughout the entire world and collected all this hidden knowledge and brought it back, created Alexandria, and that's where the library was formed. But even the ancient Jews and Muslims have this story of Alexander fighting the Nephilim and containing them because he wanted to be the one to defeat all of them. He's in Babylon, and then all of a sudden he's struck an ill and then just dies. But where the crazy theory part comes into place, this conspiracy part, is they said that his body laid exactly the same and didn't decompose for over 6 days because he potentially had this
Nephilim DNA.
Yeah. And so they built him this elaborate golden casket, and they were going to bring him back to Macedonia. And on their way there, it got hijacked and went to Alexandria. Ever since then, no one knows is where his tomb is. There's these theories that are out there that either the Vatican is somehow involved with the stealing of his tomb.
Typical.
Or the Knights Templar.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
All right. I'm not going to hide where this makes my mind go, even though it makes me sound a little bit crazy. What if the Nephilim were the Greek gods? What if a group of the Nephilim decided to divide existence into smaller segments, and they would each get to control one of those segments? What if all the mythical Greek gods are actually based on actual Nephilim who really did exist and left a long-lasting legacy? I know that's really out there, but this whole thing kind of reminds me of a specific Greek tale that I've heard many times before. I would assume that story predates the life of Alexander the Great, but maybe it doesn't.
These ladies who were passengers on a 3-minute space tour. But wait a minute. Was it real? Now that's what's trending around the internet today.
Wait a minute, it's all fake?
Well, there's a lot of fake stuff you see on your screen when I put that picture up. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot that's fake that I can confirm. Maybe the entire mission was fake. Now, we could see the whole stream from soup to nuts, but once it passed the atmosphere, we couldn't see the outside of the capsule. So, okay. Some people are saying, though, that the fact that the ladies opened the door to the pod themselves, only to be told to close it so that Jeff Bezos could come over with his muscle shirt and use a wrench to get it open and rescue them, proves that it's fake. Now, the New Shepard is the vessel that they traveled in. It does have a release mechanism. We're going to watch it here. See, they open it, and then this lady says, no, not yet. Don't open it. Totally faked. So see here, the girls open it, and then they have to wait, and Jeff Bezos is holding this wrench that apparently opens.
Doesn't really need it because the girls on the inside already opened this thing.
Right. Now, another major issue I have is this heavily edited footage of them fooling around with toys and flowers. Now, think about this. They had 4 minutes total in space. That's 240 seconds. But they used at least a quarter to a third of it taking selfies and playing with toys. So you have to think to yourself, if I have 4 minutes total in space, am I going to F around with the camera and these toys and this like girl shot?
1, 2, 3, taking up space!
Oh.
Tamir's in space! It's okay. Leave Flynn up there.
I would just be staring out the window the whole time. Here's
No,
Katie.
she's staring at herself with her
They're looking at
toys.
each other like, what the hell?
Yes, at each other, which they've been doing for months in preparation for this.
Look at me.
Oh,
Look
the
at me.
moon!
I'm so
You
important.
guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon.
Did
That's
you not notice the
amazing.
moon?
Wow, look at the blue line. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God!
Wow.
That's our pink moon.
Okay.
They're not even looking out the window. 240 seconds is all you have in space.
And then you're coming back.
Yeah, and you're playing with your shit.
Whoa.
Does everyone else find this as ridiculous as I do? Katy Perry was staring into a camera in nearly every clip. You would think that there was nothing to look at out those windows but a green screen or something with the way they were acting. And they were making such a big deal about the moon, but it looks closer here on Earth than it did in that video. What was so exciting about it? And this press tour that they're all on, where they're patting themselves on the back and acting like they're actual astronauts, is so cringy it's making me embarrassed for them.
Could this be a soft disclosure? United States Air Force's Stephen F. Quast of Space Force was releasing what sounded like soft disclosure of energy sources during this press conference. Also, if you remember, President Trump did this a few days back. Could this be a soft disclosure? Listen up.
The seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival, energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing, these are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique. The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here. But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today. with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour. To deliver Wi-Fi from space, where you never need a cell tower to connect. To deliver energy from space, where you never have to plug your phone in and it trickle charges, and you can use that energy over time. It can be applied to cars, to houses. The technology of Edison and Tesla that we live with in our energy environment, our paradigm today, is expensive, it's dangerous, and it's wasteful. Plug it into the wall, but yet that's what we all do because we are used to paradigms. The power of space will change world power forever. And it doesn't have to be a big country to do it. It can be a small island country, let's say New Zealand. Because the technology, if optimized, can change world power, and there's nothing you can do if you don't have that power. The nature of power. You either have it and your values rule, or you do not have it and you must submit. We see that play out again and again in history, and it's playing out now.
I do like that this stuff is being talked about by the higher-ups in our government organizations. But if they just released all the patents they're hiding, let companies and the general public see what people have discovered, but what's then been hidden by our government, that's how you launch innovation. Let everyone know the truth about what's actually scientifically possible and just let us take it from there. In half a decade, you wouldn't even recognize this planet anymore if they did that. And that's what keeps me digging through this stuff, is I think that the suppression of information is one of the greatest threats to the existence of mankind. Just imagine if we all had free energy devices powering our homes and our vehicles, and actual cures for diseases instead of medications that just barely keep you going. For the sake of humanity, they need to release all of this stuff.
The one that interests me most of all is a thing called a nano fabricator. People have been talking about it for a long time, for 20 years. But only just now do we have the technology to begin to build it. And as far as I recall, the University of Manchester in England about 2 years ago came up with the first bit of a nanofabricator. This is where I get boring. Nanofabrication involves the fact that atoms come together to form molecules, as you know, and molecules come together to form stuff. And then you shape the stuff into whatever it is. If you can move certain atoms together, you can make molecules, and move the molecules together and make stuff, and then shape the stuff to whatever it is you want. If you could do that at any time, you could take, I wish I had it on me, but I don't have a copy, but there's a lovely chemical symbology thing, you know, like H2O, which is about yay long, and if you made it with all the bits, it would be sweet tea, but it's about that long. You can make anything you want. And the ingredients would be basically, except for very rare earths, you know, titanium and stuff. But for 99% of what we use and need, you can get the raw materials out of earth, air, and water. And you chuck them in the machine, and they contain the molecules, they contain the atoms that you will need in order to extract and put together to build in your little factory the stuff that you want. So you can say to this factory, if you've ever seen Star Trek, you know, computer, make me a cup of coffee, and it will. Now, this sounds like science fiction, but as I tell you, the first stage of doing this is being able to manipulate at the atomic level to bring together the right atoms into a group so that they form a molecule. That's already happened. So inevitably, sooner or later, we will build a nanofabricator, and that will change absolutely everything on the planet. You'll need nothing. You can live anywhere you like. You can create the kind of environment you want around you. You can leave no environmental footprint at all. I mean, almost anything you can think of will be handled when you are entirely autonomous, entirely self-sufficient, capable of having anything you want made by the nanofabricator. There'll obviously have to be some kind of things you can't make, like atomic bombs or machine guns or whatever it is we decided as a society to tell the nanofabricator you can't do that. And then we have to watch out for hackers who will try and do it. But in the main, if you think about the fact that you can make anything you want for nothing from earth, dirt, and water, you can see how that will change every aspect of society, because society only exists for us all to be able to have what we need. And if we have it anyway, you see what I'm saying? And I think 2050 maybe for that.
Do you think the price of them will be like televisions and be like crazy and then go down like computers? Or do you think normal people will be able to have them?
Have what?
Nanofabricators.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, the whole point about a nanofabricator is the first thing it makes is another one. So you make 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. The guess is about 2 years for one for everyone on the planet. And you obviously Wi-Fi the instructions to other countries to do it. And as I say, each nanofabricator makes its own copy, and that one makes another copy. So as I said, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So the cost will be negligible, because by that time we will be using stuff like perovskite to spray solar energy cells on everything, so that whatever kind of light, whether it's starlight or light from the traffic or light from the sun, everything we spray will generate its own power. So, whatever you want.
Oh boy, I do not like that last idea he was talking about. I don't think that spraying little microscopic sized solar panels all over everything is a great idea. And I'm not typically someone who speaks on behalf of the environment, but come on, that's absolutely ridiculous. That nanofabricator he's talking about, though, that has always been one of my favorite things to see depicted on the screen. The idea of having a device that could literally print anything you ask it to, that's the ultimate science fiction human development. If you can print anything that you want, you no longer need or want someone else's resources. There wouldn't even be a need for businesses. There would never be another need for money or anything, aside from the need to collect resources to feed your nanofabricator. But I'm sure you could just print up a couple of robots to go mining for materials for you. Just imagine in the future, say about 50 years or so, someone's going to be driving down that scenic route that they have in California that they drive on in all the movies, where it's got the ocean on one side and mountains on the other, and that whole mountain's just going to be littered with robots mining for people for resources for their nanofabricators. Well, everybody, I apologize for this video being a little short today. I always test my clips before I review them by uploading them to YouTube to check for copyright issues. Today, I had to remove 3 pretty significant clips due to a copyright issue, and one of them being inappropriate for most advertisers. I've got plans later, and I decided that instead of just putting this video off until tomorrow because I don't have time to replace those clips, I'll just go ahead and release a shorter video today. Besides, it is Friday evening. I'm sure everyone has better things to do than to stare at this guy. But guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right there. I hope you enjoyed these clips we watched together today. I'll be back soon with another video. I hope you come back to join me. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my merch store at barry-stepp.com. And don't forget to drop a photo of your merch over in the Discord to get your photo in a video. But guys and gals, I hope everyone has a great, safe, fantastic rest of your day and an even more amazing weekend, and I will see you all in the next one.